Another one of their hustles, as I was saying. So these guys are highly manipulative, and they'll find out what pisses people off, what people don't like, and then they'll say what people don't like about me in order to cultivate animosity. So they're all about animosity cultivation. So that's one of their tactics. So, for instance, they'll act like I'm arrogant. I'm not arrogant at all. I'm pissed. If you were held hostage for 5 years and 5 months and people are telling you you're psychotic while people are attempting murder on you, trying to mutilate your genitals, stealing trillions of dollars, you'd be fucking pissed. You may kill someone. I haven't done anything other than write to law enforcement. But yeah, you'd be more than livid. Some of these guys are trying to kill people over $100,000, $1 million, try losing trillions of dollars, and people trying to mutilate what makes you a man. Not to mention, not to mention what makes you you, your fucking brain. You'd be pissed, and people trying to take away your God-given talents and attributes, from work ethic to things you worked hard for, working out for years over years, this and that. They were trying to actually make me fat, which is also a conspiracy to murder because in my eyes, it's almost like a slow death, trying to make someone fat. It's almost like starving someone to death. So if you're trying to induce obesity in someone, for example, you can lead to the complications of obesity, like atherosclerosis or type 2 diabetes, which have all sorts of cardiovascular complications, such as a potential myocardial infarction secondary to ruptured atherosclerotic plaque, as I was saying. But yeah, I'm not arrogant. I'm angry. So don't mistake my anger for arrogance. I always say this too. But and you would be pissed if you were me. You'd get, wow, if you've experienced what I've been experiencing over 5 years and 5 months, you'd get it. You'd get it, because this goes on 12 to 17 hours a day for me. Right now it's quiet, but someone's shocking me though. But yeah, you'd get it if you dealt with what I've been dealing with for 5 years and 5 months, and dealt with the type of people I've been dealing with for 5 years and 5 months. Like literally zero respect for humanity. And there's a reason I do that too, because they love misrepresentation. If I did the typical zero, they'd apply it to another context. So that's why I say zero respect for humanity, if you get my drift. So that's another piece of this. But yeah, there's a lot of conspiracy and attempts at murder, if you get my drift. Some of these guys have more than psychiatric illness because, like I said, any form of torture that results in death is the death penalty. And some of these guys actually were trying to torture me to death in various ways, which means, in a sense, they were trying to commit sue. They were trying to kill themselves. Because if you're trying to torture someone to death and you know the penalty is death, in a sense, you're trying to kill yourself, is my theory. So that's another weird way that you know these guys have psychiatric illness. But another piece of this is where was I? They keep using tech on my brain, and I have ADHD, so I jump around. It's part of my problem. Uh, they may be wiping me right now. They love to wipe me, but yeah, these guys basically they're highly manipulative bastards, and they're always like I was saying, outside on the patio at my parents' house at 415 Straight Lane, Houston, Texas, the villa, the Italian villa. As I was saying, these guys also love to. They know you're trained to a truth system, and they know what you rely upon. So once they find what you rely upon, they'll purposely create that cue that you rely upon that says this is truth. So, for instance, there's one girl who depends on someone acting defensive to extract truth. So what they do is they put all these devices in your brain and body, and then when she's observing, they start shocking you, assaulting you, trying to get a reaction. And then she thinks anger or you flipping out is a reaction to her questions or whatever that you may not even hear, because they also control telepathy. So they control what you hear and don't hear. And I don't, sometimes I don't even hear them questioning me, and they're probably manufacturing reactions. So they love that hustle. So, but what they'll do is, if she, thinks anger and you getting mad means defensive, they'll shock you and shock your heart, bombard you, shock your brain, do all sorts of stuff, hack you until you flip out. And then they'll apply that reaction or anger or being hacked or shocked or abused. They'll apply that to being defensive about something else, something you either heard her asking you about or something you didn't even hear about. And they'll take that reaction and say, oh, look, he was defensive, because she relies on that in her truth system. So they find out what people rely upon in their truth systems, and then they recreate these cues that these people try to extract truth with. So they love that hustle too. Like I said, they're highly manipulative. So just like I said, so let's say they know what people hate or don't like, then they'll paint that portrayal of you to the person who hates characteristic Y, and then they'll manufacture a characteristic Y to cultivate animosity towards them. That's how manipulative these shitbags are. Bet my life on it.